If you've ever been in the market for a dive computer, you probably faced the question, do you go for the big, bold, kind of tablet on your wrist style dive computer, or a sleek, everyday wear one like a watch-sized dive computer? Both promise to keep you safe and informed underwater, but they do it in slightly different ways. Hi, all of you awesome scuba divers out there. Welcome to the Scuba Diving Magazine channel, your favourite place for the latest scuba diving news and gear reviews. Today, we're going to look at the pros and the cons of large screen dive computers versus watch-sized ones. And by the end of this video, you'll have a much clearer idea of which one fits your diving style. Today's video is proudly sponsored by the Limassol Tourism Board. And if you've ever dreamed of diving somewhere that perfectly blends Mediterranean beauty, history, and world-class underwater experiences, then Limassol in Cyprus deserves a top spot on your dive bucket list. Limassol sits on the sun-drenched southern coast of Cyprus, surrounded by warm, crystal-clear waters that stay diveable almost all year round, with over 300 days of sunshine annually and visibility that can stretch past 30 meters. It's the kind of place where every descent feels like a scene straight out of our magazine. What makes Limassol truly special is the variety of diving on offer. You can explore the artificial reefs created from the Lady of Thetis and the Constantis wrecks, now vibrant underwater habitats teeming with marine life, or you can take a short trip to the legendary Zenobia wreck, which is one of the world's most famous dives. So whether you're a newly certified diver looking for gentle reefs in clear conditions, or a more experienced diver or adventurer kind of chasing wreck penetrations and deep dives, Limassol caters to every level. And when your tanks are empty, the adventure continues above the surface. Stroll along the scenic Molos promenade, discover the medieval castle and old town, or relax in one of the nearby wine villages that make Cyprus so unforgettable. Beyond its scuba diving, Limassol offers something every diver appreciates: a welcoming atmosphere, great food, and an easy rhythm of life. After a morning underwater, you can be enjoying fresh seafood by the marina or a glass of local wine at sunset, all within walking distance. With modern dive centres, excellent infrastructure, and that unbeatable Mediterranean charm, Limassol is more than just a dive destination. It's a place that reminds you why you fell in love with the ocean in the first place. So when you're planning your next dive trip, make sure to check out their website by clicking on this link up here in the corner of the screen and discover how Cyprus's southern coast can take your diving and your downtime to the next level. Large screen dive computers really excel in readability and kind of situational awareness. Their larger displays allow for bigger fonts, higher contrast color layouts, and clear separation between critical information like your depth, your NDL, and ascent rate. This makes them particularly valuable if you have poor eyesight, because the information is really large and obvious. The extra space on the screen also means more data can be shown at once. So you can have decompression ceilings, you can add compass headings, wireless air pressures, gradient factor 99, all those kind of things, all without the diver needing to scroll through menus to find the information. It's all on one screen. For technical or cold water divers, this clarity can really translate directly into safety and ease of decision making. Another significant advantage is usability and durability. Larger units typically feature big glove-friendly buttons and robust housings that can withstand bumps, dive decks, and gear bags. Many also use replaceable AA batteries or rechargeable lithium batteries, which last for dozens of dives and can be easily swapped out or recharged anywhere in the world. A big plus for expedition or liveaboard diving, when you can just replace the batteries there and then quite easily without the need for fiddly tools, or just plug it into a USB port. The size allows for just better ergonomics, better strap options as well, and hardware that's purpose-built for underwater performance rather than everyday wear. In short, large screen dive computers prioritize function and readability when conditions are demanding. The most obvious drawback of a large screen dive computer is its physical bulk, its size. These models can feel cumbersome, especially on smaller wrists. They can kind of get caught on BCD straps when you're donning and doffing your BCD, and they're a little bit harder to pack when you're traveling light. On dry land, it's quite a tricky look for most people to try and pull off wearing a large screen dive computer all the time without some kind of sideways glances, so they tend to stay in the dive bag between trips or maybe in a drawer or something. For divers who value really streamlined gear or value aesthetics, this can make them feel a bit more like a tool than a companion device. Large screen units also tend to be a bit less versatile outside of scuba diving. Few offer smartwatch lifestyle features or free diving features, and their utilitarian designs make them quite single purpose units. It's a dive computer, that's what it does. Whilst this focus is great for usability underwater, it really limits the appeal for divers who want a device that they can wear daily. Some large screen computers also come at a higher price point, reflecting their advanced decompression algorithms and features, as well as the materials they're made from as well, which may be excessive for casual recreational divers. Watch-sized dive computers really shine when it comes to versatility and everyday usability. Their sleek form factors means that you can wear them 24/7, from the dive site to the office and back again, without looking like you've strapped a console onto your arm. Many models double up as smartwatches or fitness trackers nowadays, offering GPS logging, step counts, sleep analysis, all that clever stuff, as well as things like smartphone notifications, because they pair to your smartphone nowadays, alongside the full dive functionality. So this really makes them especially appealing for traveling divers, professional divers, or those who like to keep all of their data, surface and underwater, in one single stylish package. In addition, modern watch style dive computers benefit from advances in display and technology. High resolution LED screens provide excellent color contrast and brightness, rivaling their larger counterparts. Wireless air integration, nitrox modes, Bluetooth logging are now fairly standard. You tend to get them on most dive computers nowadays, whilst intuitive interfaces make them ideal for recreational divers. And because you're wearing it every single day, you're accustomed to the user interface. You know where the buttons are, you know roughly which button does what. So when you jump in the water, you still know which button does what. Their lightweight construction also enhances comfort, reducing wrist fatigue during long dives or multi-day trips. For warm water travel as well, or lifestyle oriented diving, they offer a refined balance between performance and practicality. The compact design of watch-sized dive computers brings limitations in readability and interface control. The smaller display means for tighter layouts, smaller digits and multiple screens that you have to flick through, which can be difficult to see in low visibility or if your eyesight's starting to fail you. Operating teeny tiny buttons with thick gloves can also be challenging, especially if you're diving in colder waters. For divers who rely on quick, unambiguous readings, like technical divers, this can be a genuine disadvantage because you can be cycling through screens to try and find the information that you need in the moment. Battery life and ruggedness can also be points of compromise. Most watch-sized models use rechargeable batteries that require regular charging, typically after every few days or several dives. If you forget the charger when you're on a liveaboard, after a day or two, it's effectively a paperweight. Whilst the build quality is generally high, their thinner cases and glass screens make them more vulnerable to scratches or impact damage. And whilst large screen computers often have third-party external cases to protect them from bumps and scrapes that you can fit to your dive computer, they're quite rare for watch-sized dive computers. And if you wear it day to day, they're quite big and cumbersome. For demanding environments or heavy technical use, they may not offer the same long-term resilience as a purpose-built large screen dive computer. For me, they're both tools for a job. Watches are hard to forget because they're always strapped to your wrist and they're nice and streamlined, so you don't have to worry too much about getting kitted up. They're great whilst your eyesight is still good, and if you like a simple display with just like the basics on the screen, they're a really strong choice. I used to have watch-sized dive computers whilst I was teaching because I was in and out of the water all day, every day, so it just made sense as opposed to having something that I'd have to physically strap onto my wrist and then take off. It's just handy that way. But for colder waters, you'd need an extra strap. You'd need to be more controlled of where you're pressing the button because of thick gloves. So for warmer waters, they're great. For colder waters, I start to think more back to big screens. Big screens are great for cold water diving. You're probably wearing gloves in cold waters, so the larger buttons are easy to manage and the big screen just gives you more room for bigger digits, or you can compromise big digits for more information all on a single screen. Today I lean more towards big screens now myself. I don't tend to do as much free diving as I used to, so that isn't an issue, and whilst my eyesight is still good, I still like the large digits because it's right there in front of me. I can see the information nice and clearly. But let me know which you prefer in the comments and why. And of course, remember to check out Limassol. It's a really convenient place to visit for Europeans, and the Zenobia wreck is on most divers' to-do list. So click on this link up here in the corner if you're interested. But remember to give this video a like and check that you're subscribed to the channel underneath this video. Thank you for watching, everybody, and of course, safe diving.